Listen, baby, I know you're young, I know you're wild, I know you're free, my only son. Listen closely, if you can, that I want for you, my son, is to be a simple man. Be a simple man.
Hey everybody, this is Uncle Rob and Uncle Rhino's here. We are sitting here doing another one of these great interviews that we do for the tribe here on 80 radio stations a week now. We got us a good interview. I want to learn some things about this lady here. I don't know anything about her, so that makes it good. Got a lot of questions. Megan Urby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Urby, Urbey?
URBY.
No E. Gotcha. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah.
Where you at? Where you from? How's it? What's up?
I live in Texas, Central Texas, in the middle of nowhere, and that's kind of why the internet issues or whatever. But I have three kids. I'm married. My actual last name is Urbanovsky, but I shortened it to a shorter name. My husband was called Urby in high school, so that's why I went with Urby, Megan Urby.
Hey, I would have probably never been able to pronounce Urbanowski. But hey, Irby works. What do you do? What do you do? Is music your only outlet, or do you have a job? Do you have what makes Megan Irby Megan Irby?
I'm actually a pediatric nurse, so I take care of kids who have special needs like trachs or gastro buttons. Um, I'm a sports mom. Most of my time is consumed with sports, work, and then I'm just blessed enough to do music whenever I can fit it in.
Did not see the pediatric nurse coming. Did not see that coming.
Yep, I went to school and got my degree, and then I've just been with pediatrics ever since. That was my first job. I just love it. So,
Now you've been a Texan all your life, or did you move to Texas from somewhere else?
no, I've been a Texan all my life. I was born in Athens, Texas, on Christmas Day.
What?
Yeah,
They should have named you Noel or
I know that would have been cool. My mom was gonna name me Lindsay, but whenever she held me, she said I look like a Megan. So I was like, okay,
Megan. It is.
yep.
Not a Dallas Cowboy fan, are you?
I'm gonna be honest. The only sports I really watch are my kids' sports. I don't have time to really root for a team or anything like that. So
Be
no, not
honest.
really a Cowboys
Be
team
honest
fan.
with you. Your kids' sports is the only important part of sport anyway.
I agree. I agree. They
So
keep us on our toes.
tell us how you got into music. I mean, how long you been into music? What made you decide, hey, this is what I want to do?
Really, since I was a kid, like I was singing a lot in my room with my hairbrush, and then I got into junior high and I joined choir, and I was singing at church, and then at 18 I started teaching myself guitar so that I could write songs and play my favorite songs, and then for a little while I played in a band where it had me as a lead singer and then another guy as a lead singer, and we did like duets. And then life just got busy because I got married, had kids, and then just about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I started getting back into the music scene.
Life
So really,
definitely, life
yeah,
definitely has a way of happening.
mm-hmm,
So,
yeah.
what is your style? I know you're independent, but what is your style? Do you do country, what do you like? What do you perform?
I do a little bit of everything. I like Tracy Chapman. I like Chris Stapleton. I like Creed. I like Stained. I like Willie Nelson. I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of I'm into everything, and I'm just like trying to merge all of those together to be myself. If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. So, have you been opening act to somebody we may know that is a big time?
Yeah, so a long time ago, I got to open up for Brandon Ryder. He's kind of famous in Texas. And then I didn't really open up, but I was friends with the fiddle player for Kevin Fowler when I was like 20. And I got to like see them perform live at the Houston Rodeo, and I hung out with them. And then I got in trouble because I was missing like college classes to go to these concerts, so I had to like dial back and go back to
Shame
school.
on you.
Hey, it was fun though. It was like a once in a lifetime experience, as a kid or a young woman or whatever. And then I was like, okay, I really have to go. I can't be skipping school anymore to do this fun stuff. I have to study. But yeah, I've met a few people, and then now someone that's like nationally famous, I haven't got a chance to meet except for Uncle Ryano, of course.
He's probably the most famous person I know in my entire world is Rhino.
Yeah, he's
Y'all,
pretty.
y'all got really low expectations. I'm telling you.
Well, you know the truth. You know I'm full of baloney, but
Yeah.
he is in my book he's a big deal. He's Ron Burgundy in my book.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always going to be that way. So have you had a chance to like perform on a big stage? I know a lot of independent artists, they go to Nashville, they get on the Grand Ole Opry stage, or what's the biggest venue like you've been able to be in front of?
This one, I guess like a couple years ago, I opened up for Ghost of Hill County, which they're kind of getting known in the Texas scene, pretty big. But they did a show at the biggest venue I've ever been to called, I guess I want to say it's called The Ranch. It's over kind of in Ennis, Texas. It's a huge, huge building, and their stage is enormous. And I got to perform there, and just in the middle of the stage with me and my bass player. It was really cool. But that's the biggest stage I've ever now known wise. Rockefellers last weekend was pretty cool because it's kind of, one of those bucket list. And Emily Perkins had put a giant show on for a bunch of female artists, songwriters. And so that was cool. I'm glad that she did that because now I can go say, hey, I got to play at the Rockefellers. And so that was probably my biggest one that's old and known.
Now, are you regularly out there performing on gigs, or is it like weekends? How often are you out there?
It just depends. Like probably at least once a week for sure. But then whenever softball and baseball season are over, it'll pick back up to more shows per week. It's just, I'm running like three other people's schedules with mine, so I have to fit it in where I can.
Well, I figure it's been kind of chilly, and I figured more so when the weather warms up, you'll be able to do county fairs and things like that. I mean, that's what usually winds up happening anyway.
Right.
How'd you get mixed up with that riprap over there, Rhino? How'd you get mixed up with him?
Man, I think that we talked one time on the phone, and then he got me on another radio interview. And then after that radio interview, we just kept chatting and we hit it off. I'm pretty sure it was the two step tribe, Tracy
Yep.
two step.
That was the
Yeah.
show we had for a little while last year. I believe the one who made the connect, either you introduced me to Gabe or Gabe introduced me to you. I can't remember which one, but uh, after
Yeah.
spending a little bit of time with Megan, I absolutely adored her and everything about her. I love her family. Her husband's amazing. Her kids are crazy awesome, and I just her humanity was blinding. And then I heard her sing and was like, crap. So it was on, and I'm proud to say we're working on some stuff in the studio right now. She didn't allude to it earlier, but she's pumped the brakes on some of the live shows because we're retooling on some stuff in the studio right now, and we're doing it in the Nashville studios. So Megan Urby is beginning to be whispered up and down Music Row, where she's not being discussed in the halls of Texas. I can promise you there are folks starting to throw her name around up in Tennessee. So that's happening right now. We have two different studios that have joined together to help facilitate the tribe artist up just in Nashville. And we're working on this stuff right now. And I'm so stoked and excited as soon as we can have the finish. Actually, we fixed one thing. We had a little bit of an issue with one thing, and she's getting ready to roll that one out. What to tell us about that one? Because we need to really push on this and let people know about it, Megan.
Yeah, so I am a very person that is very strong in my faith, and like I'm not super religious, but I have faith in Jesus. Like I'm not the perfect role model, but I'm gonna tell you I've been in some pickles and he's got me out. But anyway, I wrote a song based on some of my life experiences as just being a girl or being a woman, and pretty much saying, you know, hey God, how can you look at me and still love me? And it's called God Who's Perfect. And I'm trying to roll it out by Easter so that it can be a Christian slash country song and get it out for that genre of music.
That'd be great timing, right? If you got roughly a month. That'd be great timing to get that out for Easter.
I would like, with Megan's permission, I would like Rob to have that run at the end of this segment. So we'll run that song with Megan's permission. We'll run it at the end of the interview. We'll go into that song.
Of course, y'all can play it. I'm excited for people to hear it. So, yes, the more the merrier.
I'm very excited to hear it. I mean, it's obviously with the title, it's a positive message. And, we tell all the folks that we interview, it's all about getting you guys out there. And if there's something fresh that's brand spanking new that never heard before, we like to be the first ones to be able to do that.
Well, I appreciate
One cool thing from the tribe perspective, I always like to get, and I don't think I've actually asked this of Megan, but so knowing what you're accustomed to through the studio process and everything, and giving huge credit to my partner and co-producer, Brian Austin, because he's just a beautiful human. He is a straight up rock star, one of the best guitar players on the planet, in my opinion. But all that being said, for you coming in, just going off of my word, what was your impression of our process?
It was super easy. It was super quick. But on top of that, the best thing about it was, like you said, Brian is an amazing human. And so when you get a couple of amazing humans together and they just make stuff work, it makes it even better versus working with people who don't really care about the artist. They just care about everything else they're going to get out of it. But yeah, no, I was very impressed. They made it sound exactly like I was envisioning in my head. And so I'm really excited for y'all to hear it.
And that's what
What was that?
that's what the tribe is all about. Seriously, supporting each other, making it, in their side of it. If you wanted to come out a certain way, that's their responsibility. That's their job, and they're going to make that happen for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very grateful to both of them. So
What were you going to say, Ryano?
I was just, people forget, and these indie artists are burning. They've got families which are full-time jobs, because that's our heart and our world. They've got their commitments where they keep their word to their day-to-day job, and they have their something that feeds their spirit and their soul aside from their family, which does, but it should. But it also, the music feeds their spirit and their soul, and it was a medium that was given by God for them to connect with the world and connect the world. And so it gets lost in this. Some of these people, sometimes they're always worried about just, well, I got, they have to all make a living too, 100%, but people get caught up in milking the system, and these indie artists that are already running on lean budgets and things like that. And I remember what it was like one of the first times that I heard a true professional, top tier, like international, world class, uh, a song that I'd written. I saw a team put it together in a way that my wildest dreams had envisioned, and it was actually tangible. Now it's not just an idea in my head or in my heart. Now everyone can see it, and that's such a huge, powerful thing when you haven't had the opportunity to actually realize that a lot. And so for me, that's one thing I've tried to always hold on to, and why we fight so fiercely for that. And for Megan, is that, I mean, when you first got it, whatever you were expecting, I mean, what was that feeling like the first time you got to hear it handed back to you?
It felt like it was the first time I heard that song because it just like hit so perfectly. The builds, everything that creatively that y'all added to it or y'all put in there, it just blew me away. Um, it's kind of like you have an idea in your head and then someone else builds on that idea and then it just explodes. That's what it felt like. And I was like, holy moly, this is so good. Like you could feel the emotion in the song.
You know
Pretty
what
much.
they used to, you know what they used to call that once upon a time? Being a producer. Ta-da! It's the job. No more, no less. We're a short order cook. What you
That
want, what you need.
that was before they had all kinds of software to do everything for you, and you had to physically do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got you. You've got to go. I know here in like 5 minutes. What I need you to do is I need you to let folks know how they can get in contact with you as far as your social medias, where you're located on social media. Let it go. Tell everybody where they can look you up.
Okay, so all of my social medias are connected to my website, which is just meganurby.com. And I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Lemonade, Threads.
You
I
got a
think the
website?
only, yes, meganurby.com. And
MeganUrby.com, and that is URBY with no E.
yes,
I stand corrected. Now, on that website, is there like a hyperlink that they can go to get your Facebook, your all that?
yeah, yes, they're all at the bottom and you can just click it and it'll take you right to my
So your
social media.
one-stop shop, folks, is going to be MEGANURBY.com, and you can find out everything you need to know about her. You get merch, buy
Yeah,
records.
you can, on all streaming platforms, yes, you can go and do that.
What do you got coming up? What do you got coming up here in the next week or so? You got something you can announce as far as shows that you're going to be around Central Texas or where you may be?
Um, Well, I have a private show Friday, but so people can't really go to that one. But the next week, I don't have a show for myself. I am helping out another band doing harmonies at a listening room because they just wanted to add some feel for it, which I love listening rooms, by the way. If y'all have them, y'all should go because it's very like an intimate space to hear the artists and their stories. Honestly, I can't tell you because I have ADD and I have a million schedules in my head right now. I have to go look.
Is it on your website?
Yes, it will be updated on my website. Check there.
There you go. Like we said earlier, it's your one-stop shop. Just go to the website. You will find out all things Megan Urby.
Right.
I,
Yes.
I know you got to go. I appreciate you hanging in there. I wish we would have had a little bit more time. We can do this again once you get more music. We'll have more time to do it. Anything you want to tell the listeners? You're going out over 192 countries on 81 radio stations right now. You got anything you want to tell the listeners before you go?
Yeah, just if you feel like, you're not enough or you feel like giving up, don't because there is something amazing right around the corner. You got to get through the muck before you get to, the win. And
Now
Uncle
tell
Ron too.
tell us again the name of that song we're fixing to play.
God who's perfect.
Right here on the Uncle Show. Megan Urby, thank you so much.
Thank you. for having me, and I will definitely want to visit with you again when we have service.
No worries. You have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I've been the good girl, tried my best, looking to fit with all the rest. Lost myself along the way, filled with guilt and carried shame. I made mistakes, I've hit brick walls. There's been times I felt so small, thinking I messed up too much. I can never be enough.